Hi guys, welcome to another lecture on CS 575. This time we will see the autoregression and ARIMA models. So first let us see what is the autoregression model. So consider a regression model. So here we are defining y as beta naught, which is a constant here. Again, e is the error term. And then we have beta 1 x1, beta 2 x2 up to beta p xp. So we have p terms here. And we define x1 as yt minus 1, yt minus 2. So x1 basically is yt minus 1, x2 is yt minus 2. So what is t minus 1? T minus 1 is basically the lagged version of the signal y. T minus 2 is the second lag version of this. So when you talk about auto regression, you can see if I replace this equation, basically if I replace x1, x2, it will become y is equal to beta naught plus beta 1 yt minus 1 plus beta 2 yt minus 2 and so on. So you can see that in the case of autoregression, we are defining the current value of y as a sum of regression coefficients and the lagged versions of y. So this is basically autoregression, right? So basically, as you see, we replace x1, x2 and up to xp by yt minus 1, yt minus 2 and yt minus p. So the explanatory variables in this equation are time lagged values of the variance y. We have already seen in Excel how can you compute the PACF. Then autoregression is used to describe the models of this form. So how do you recognize an autoregression form? Basically, the current value will be a sum of previous lagged values of the function that we are evaluating. Fine. So autoregression models should be treated differently from ordinary regression. So in ordinary regression, basically what happens, you have y is equal to mx plus c. Fine. So here we say y is an independent, y is a dependent variable and x is an independent variable, right? So basically in case of autoregression, you can see that there is nothing like a y x here. We only have y in terms of the lagged versions of y. So these explanatory variables in autoregression models have built-in dependence relationship. Why? Because yt depends on the first lag, second lag and up to n lags. Second thing, determining the number of past values of yt to include in this model is always not straightforward. Another good point made here. So you do not know for how long you should take the lagged versions. If you remember simple exponential smoothing, we were almost going till the oldest value, but it had a very less weight, right? So again, to conclude, it will be auto-regression basically defines the model in terms of previously lagged values. Next, we see a moving average model. So moving average model, if you see, is similar to the definition which I gave in the case of AR, right? But here we have ET minus 1, ET minus 2 up to ET minus Q, right? So here we are saying that this model is defined as a moving average of error series, right? So what does moving average say? That for example, if you have a series like this and you are trying to predict, we take the previous error in this case and not the series actually. In case of AR, if you see this particular case, here we are dealing with the series itself, yt minus 2, yt minus p. In case of MA, which is the moving average, we are considering the error of the previous series, right? ET minus 1 represents the error which we obtained in the previous lagged versions. So basically this says that in this model, which is defined as a moving average of error series, which is the moving average models we discussed previously. Fine. So you can see there is a similarity between the moving average and the AR model. AR model considers the lag versions and here MA model considers the error in the previous iterations basically. Fine. Here beta naught is again a constant and ET is the error term again, right? So when we deal with the ARIMA models, so basically what it says, so we already saw AR, which is a time lagged version, MA is the error term, and I basically is the integrated. We will just see in this slide. So we have a ARIMA model. Autoregressive models can be coupled with moving averages. So see, we can combine AR and MA to form a general class of useful time series model known as AR-MA, right? So you can see these both terms are combined, AR and MA, to form a ARMA model, right? So basically ARMA model will take the previously lagged versions because it's a part of AR and error terms. So it combines both the features. So these can be used when the data are stationary. So AR, ARMA, MA, ARIMA, everything can be applied when the series are stationary. So this class of models can be extended to non-stationary by allowing differencing. So we have already seen that differencing allows us to make the series stationary, right? So once the series is stationary, you need to difference. You may be requiring it to make a difference by first order, by differencing it twice. So this I that belongs here is known as integrated, but basically it represents the order of differencing. If you have differenced only one, the value of I becomes 1. If you have differenced twice, I becomes 2. So when you have a AR model coupled with a MA model coupled with differencing, right? Why do you do differencing? In order to make the non-stationary to a stationary series. So combining all these, we come across auto-regressive. So this is the AR integrated. Number of time it has been differenced to make it stationary, and then the moving average model. So there is a large class of ARIMA models, right? So this is basically the ARIMA model, which is combining the three models together. So a general ARIMA model basically consists of three parameters, P, D, and Q, right? So P basically is the number of autoregressive terms. D is the number of differences. As I told, if you difference only one, D becomes 1. Q is the number of moving average terms, right? So if you see the previous formula, so we have the terms, these are the MA terms, 1, 2, up to P terms for MA, right? And again for autoregressive, we had beta 1, beta 2 up to beta P, right? So again we had P terms here. So just for having a differentiation, we define the ARIMA model with three parameters, P, D, and Q, right? So a white noise model is defined as ARIMA 0, 0, 0. Why 0? Because as you have seen in white noise, basically all the RK, basically when you do the ACF of that, everything lies within the 95% confidence interval, stating that there is no AR part since YT does not depend on YT minus 1. So if you remember in this particular thing, when we took the ACF of a white noise, it comes out like this, right? All are within the 95%, so statistically insignificant. There is no differencing involved because obviously white noise is there, and no MA part since YT does not depend on ET, right? So it's a white noise model, so there is no previous dependence, so there is no MA component also involved. So a random walk model is classified as ARIMA 0, 1, 0. Again, there is one difference, right? Because for the random walk model, you can take a first difference to make it stationary, right? So if you see the random walk model, just let me go back to one of the slides. Right, so this is a random walk model. So as you know, if you do a single differencing here, you may obtain a stationary, right? So this random walk is used for non-stationary, right? So you normally difference it once to make it a stationary series, and that is what we were discussing in the slide that we were, right? So there is one difference. So basically, why one difference? Because ARIMA models can only be applied to stationary time series. So random walk by default is non-stationary. You take the first order difference to make it stationary, and hence then you can apply ARIMA to it, right? Now it says note that P, D, and Q. So how to remember this P, D, and Q? So for example, if they are equal to 0, the model can be written in a shorthand form. So basically, ARIMA comprises of this is P, this is D, and this is Q. So P basically corresponds to the AR part, right? Q basically corresponds to the MA part. So how do you remember this? Basically you can see that AR, right? So AR basically looks at the PACF, right? Partial autocorrelation. Since AR looks at PACF, so hence the parameter associated with AR is P. MA basically looks at only ACF. So ACF basically gives us Q, and I for integrated, basically it is the count of the differencing that you have done. So remember, just for AR, others are the natural. So this is just a shorthand. So for example, if you have an arima of 200, that means I is 0 and MA component is 0. So there is only AR component here, hence you make this AR2. Similarly, arima. Arima 101, you say AR MA because the I is 0 here. So we drop I, the characters remaining are AR MA. Right? So guys, that's it for this lecture. We see you in the next.